So today we shall try to have a vigorous discussion about fundamentals of microprocessor based system, that is essentially computer organization and architecture. As stated yesterday itself, the approach with which the students of computer science and engineering deal with microprocessor or computer in general has to be essentially different than other non-CS students and non-engineering students as well. Means computer science engineering students should very clearly know how computer is operating. Its external view, any user can obviously know that. To be very precise, we can say that a non-CS student is aware or able to know the happenings which are shown on screen, keyboard and mouse, right? So for a non-CS student, keyboard, mouse and screen is computer, and for a CS student, the computer is something beyond it. I think it is strength is not also so large so that we need to use the mic, and the mic is disturbing the natural flow. So it's better not to use the mic. The thing is that for a CS student, how computer works, that needs to be understood first. So now we can discuss. It would be initial discussion. We have ample time. I think in a week there are 3 hours which are free for you, so that we can occupy most probably all of them, and at a leisure way. It's otherwise last module in the syllabus. So in a leisure way we shall develop this. Even though lab is not there for this subject now, still you can perform a mini project on your own, and it is to be done on your machine. Nothing, no need to be coming to a place as such. So what is now, we are at an advanced stage in the sense that this subject of microprocessor, when was being learnt in early 70s, it was considered to be a very challenging one, because microprocessors were also getting developed that time, and moreover they were not readily available. Microprocessors were not so readily available and were being developed. But today we are at such a stage where 8085 microprocessor is obsolete. Let us see. 8085 microprocessor is obsolete. It is not in production now. However, the core ideas of the subject still matter, and we therefore are now in a position to understand when the technology has advanced to a large extent. We are attempting to understand something which exists, which was innovated almost half century back. In 1970s, this 8085 was developed. Prior to that, it was 8080A. Prior to that, 8008. Prior to that, 4004. So, say, when computers were being studied in India, at Walchand College, computers branch started in 1986. That time, there was a very typical set of information which was being given: CPU,
memory and I/O devices, and it was very standard to explain computers, but these were not so easily understood by common man. Means many generations passed where students could write the answers, because for writing answer, understanding is not an essential part. So it's somehow continued, and still things work. But now today we are in a position that yes, based on your ability, you are actually working on some software, job is not the issue for you people. But if ever you want yourself to see in system software, in that case, a thorough knowledge of this subject is the distinguishing benchmark which will distinguish normal people and experts. So from that point of view, understanding of this subject is very much important. So your generation has grown by using computer right from school days. Your generation has grown with use of computers in your day-to-day activity. So now understand means you see when we talk of teaching learning process, our very process of understanding, there are few things that if you come to know about a thing at an age where your understanding paradigm has grown, that time process of understanding starts taking place. But when you start using the thing from your age where understanding paradigm is not yet developed, you don't feel something new about it. You feel it as a routine activity. And now trying to know it, it becomes a relearning. So from your point of view, means if you ask a question, this question is to be asked on many such situations which you want to analyze. Whether there was a world which did not use computer, means we say that in 1930s also huge machines were Babbage computer and all that we listen in stories now. It's now story, not even a part of our learning. Story, Babbage computer and all that. So you have not seen a world in which smartphone did not exist. You born and brought up in an age where you are aware of smartphone. So, but there is still a world, or we can envisage about a world in which smartphones were not there. It still existed. Like that, what you're doing, look at the whiteboard. Maybe for all practical purposes, I'm saying for all practical purposes, around 60 years back, there was a world in which computers didn't exist. In 1960s, except few organizations like research organizations like BRC and etc. And in 50s, or we can consider the benchmark of Indian independence. At that time, computers did not exist and world continued. Now you are expected to tell me what is that which computer does, which was otherwise not possible. Means again I give an example. Suppose that commuting from one place to other is a task, then you can walk, or you can have bicycle, wherein you instead of walking use bicycle to go there. It simplifies your activity, but it is not non-motor, so you have to physically exert. Rather than that, you can get a two-wheeler run on petrol. Nowadays it is on electricity, so it is motorized vehicle. So walking, bicycle and motorized vehicle, you clearly know what is value addition or facilitation in each of these additions. लक्षात आलं? चालत जाणे, सायकल म्हणजे सायकल नसताना काय होतं आणि सायकल आल्यानंतर नेमकं काय मी करू शकलो, आणि त्यानंतर टू व्हीलर, मोटराईज टू व्हीलर, मोपेड, एनिथिंग, मोटराईज टू व्हीलर. आणि मग सायकल नंतर म्हणजे चालत जाणे, सायकलमध्ये काय फरक आहे, सायकल आणि टू व्हीलर व्हेकल, पेट्रोल व्हेकल यामध्ये काय फरक आहे, नेमकं काय त्यांनी सोपं केलं हे मला आय कॅन इन्व्हेस्टेज व्हेरी इझिली बिकॉज इट इज पार्ट ऑफ माय डे टू डे रुटीन. लाईक दॅट कम्प्युटर्स नव्हते तेव्हा आणि कम्प्युटर्स असताना काय फरक पडला. It has to be a discussion, meaningful. It's not storytelling, meaningful discussion, so that we go to the crux. What exactly a computer does? Are you getting me? Now, see, the problem is that since you have, what we can say, brought up, you have grown with the computer. The question that what exactly computer does did not come to your mind because it was there with you, right? So we need to very clearly distinguish the exact task which is not possible except the computer. म्हणजे कम्प्युटर नसल्यामुळं माझी नेमकी काय अडचण झाली असती, इज देअर सम एक्सक्लुझिव्ह टास्क, किंवा कम्प्युटर नसताना माझं टास्क किती अवघड होतं आणि कम्प्युटरनं ते किती प्रपोर्शनेटली सोपं केलेलं आहे. म्हणजे सायकल नसताना पण मी प्रवास करू शकत होतो, म्हणजे सायकल हे असं काही डिव्हाइस नाही की ज्यामुळंच मी प्रवास करू शकतो, बरोबर, अदरवाईज करू शकत होतो, पण तो सोपा झाला. तर तसं नेमकं काय आहे, communication and computers. So he says that communication, but I will, whenever I find that the answer is wrong, I will immediately rule it out. It is not to discourage you, but to save time in further discussion. This is completely wrong in the sense that why I say, because communication existed when he said that computer made the communication simpler. It's one role it played, but communication, and that too remote communication, was possible using telegraph and even telephone a century back when computers were not there. Next now. Complex calculations. Right. So he said the complex calculations. Now you tell me, complex calculations ह्यूमन बीइंग यूज टू कॅल्क्युलेट अर्लियर, मतलब पाढे पाठ करायला लागायचे सोपं व्हावं म्हणून. टेबल्स, बे के बे, बिंदू 4 किंवा 2 2 जा 4, 2 3 जा 6 वगैरे. सो दोज टेबल्स यू वेअर टू रिमेंबर, विच इवन मुकेश अंबानी सेड दॅट आय मेड माय किड्स टू रिमेंबर, not that they are not that they are useful for them because calculators were there, but to develop the faculties of human mind. So those were there and everything was done manually. Then what is the, he raised a very interesting question. What is the first tool which makes complex calculations simpler? Which one? Calculator, but it's not the first. Abacus. What abacus is? Prior to that, have you heard slide rule? Slide rule, ऐकलं तुम्ही? Slide rule. So now, after the lecture is over, you are having some free time. So just Google search. We are now fortunate. Google आणि ऑडिओ व्हिडिओ असल्यामुळे लगेच असं हे होत नाही. ते काय हुडकायला लायब्ररीला जायला लागत नाही. स्लाइड रूल सर्च करा आणि काय ते इट वॉज ए मेकॅनिकल कॅल्क्युलेटर. आणि कॅल्क्युलेटर भारतामध्ये रेडिली अवेलेबल होण्याच्या साधारणतः 70च्या दशकामध्ये आपल्या कॉलेजमध्ये सुद्धा वापरला जायचा तो कॅल्क्युलेटर. 70च्या दशकामध्ये, 80च्या दशकामध्ये कॅल्क्युलेटर स्लाइड रूल वापरला जायचा. 80च्या दशकामध्ये तो बंद झाला. त्याच्या आधी स्लाइड रूलच्या पण आधी what? So on paper you have to do, but what is the answer? Complex calculations. ती मीच करायची असतील सगळीच्या सगळी तर खूप त्रासदायक आहे. तर त्यात पहिला टप्पा कॅल्क्युलेशन, कॉम्प्लेक्स कॅल्क्युलेशन सोपी करण्यामागचा मधल्या प्रोसेसवर पहिला टप्पा कुठला आहे? कम्प्युटर तर आहेच आता आजचा, नंतर कॅल्क्युलेटर आहे, त्यानंतर स्लाइड रूल आहे, काही अशी मशीन होती टोटलर मशीन होती, अशी फिरवायचं तितक्या वेळा हे सेट करून, ती एक होती. पण कुठलंही मशीन वापरायचं नाही, मशीन न वापरता एक हे प्रोसेस होती कॅल्क्युलेशन करण्याची, की जी तुम्ही 11वी-12वी केली असेल कदाचित, 12वीच्या. व्हॉट यू सेड व्हॉट? विच वन? लॉग टेबल. लॉग टेबल इज सेंचुरीज बॅक. लॉग टेबल इज सेंचुरीज बॅक. पहिलं लॉग टेबल, मग स्लाइड वगैरे, राईट? सो नो डाऊट दॅट computer makes the job simpler in calculations. Now, what is the difference between computer and other machines? Whatever machine you may take, any electric machine, mechanical machine, electronic machine and computer, यात काय फरक आहे? Computer and other machines, what is the distinguishing difference? Operating system. So you raised a very nice point. Operating system. What is operating system now? The operating system, how will you define? Whether the subject is there for you? What is the operating system? Anyway, now taking help of the word operating system in understanding computer is difficult. It is just like learning German language through French medium, because we don't know that. So we can't take help of such words of which we are not aware as of now. तर कम्प्युटर, बरं मराठी करण्याचं कोण आहे का आता? कम्प्युटर आणि इतर सगळी मशीन, याच्यामध्ये नेमका काय फरक आहे? नेमका पाहिजे, अगदी नेमका. आता वॉशिंग मशीन एक होतं, मिक्सर आहे, अगदी साधी उदाहरण देतो मी तुम्हाला, आणि कॉम्प्युटर, त्यात काय फरक काय? स्क्रीन म्हणजे आउटपुट दिसणे, आणि मेमरी काय? फीडबॅक function complexity. See, complexity we can add later on. Right now we want to know fundamental difference. म्हणजे आता अगदी सोपं सांगतो की आरसी स्ट्रक्चर नको, साधं आपलं स्ट्रक्चर पाहिजे असेल तर ब्रिक्स आणि वाळू सिमेंटचं मिक्सचर, बरोबर? म्हणजे तुम्ही तिथं जे बांधकाम कामगार त्या म्हणत तर विटा आणि माल हे असलं की तुम्हाला हवी तेवढी मोठी भिंत बांधता येते किंवा बिल्डिंग बांधतात. इज इट लक्षात आलं का? त्याचं बेसिक बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक काय? विटा आणि ते माल, सिमेंट, वाळू सिमेंटचं मिक्सचर आणि पाणी, ते बरोबर. पूर्वी चुना मॉर्टर म्हणतात, पूर्वी चुना वापरायचे त्यामध्ये सिमेंटचे. म्हणजे वीट आणि मॉर्टर हे बेसिक बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक झाले. मग तसं कम्प्युटरची बेसिक बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक काय आहे? आता तसं खूप आता प्रॉब्लेम असा आहे, खूपच म्हणजे डीप शिकलं पाहिजे, पण डीप कुठपर्यंत? तर सेमी कंडक्टर. मग सेमी कंडक्टर म्हणलं की ते ॲटम म्हणलं की इलेक्ट्रॉन, प्रोटॉन, न्यूट्रॉन. मग तिथपर्यंत जायचं का? मग आपला अभ्यास पूर्णच होणार नाही. मग आपला अभ्यास पूर्ण होणार नसेल तर मग काय करायचं? तिथपर्यंत जायचं नाही, मग काय करणार? थिंक फॉर अ व्हाईल. मग तिथपर्यंत जायचं नाही. मग सगळं कळलं पाहिजे असा 8 तास धरला तर इतकं आपण गोंधळात पडू, बाहेर येणार नाही. पण म्हणून मग काहीच कळून देणे असं पण नाही. यू हुशार वेन यू वाईज यू आर एबल टू नो कुठपर्यंत कळलं पाहिजे आणि कशाच्या पलीकडं फार खोलात जायचं नाही. तुझी जी बाउंड्री आहे ती कळली पाहिजे. ती बाउंड्री कळण्याचा उपयोग नाही. मग काहीच कळून घ्यायचं नाही, मग नुसतं सुपरफिशियल पाठ करायचं त्याला अर्थ नाही. आणि सगळं कळून घेण्यामध्ये खूप गोंधळ जाणार ते पॉईंट नाही आहे. सो जस्ट टेल हाऊ स्टील थिंक फॉर अ व्हाईल. We give 5 minutes for you to think so that you should be able to concisely tell. We put a pause here.